Hey crafters, to make the black puddings, I'm going to use these black glue sticks, right? And these are great colored glue sticks from Surebonder. Make sure you check out their site to see all the different colors they have. They have all kinds of various colors, a huge variety of colors, so very cool, very cool. So let's hit the table and see how I'm going to use these black glue sticks. Before I started, I changed out the nozzle on my glue gun, on my Surebonder glue gun, to the widest possible nozzle for my nozzle set, because I wanted the glue to flow freely from the nozzle, and you'll see why here in a sec. I've got my Surebonder heating up with the black glue sticks in it, and while that's heating up, I'm going to set up this tray, this casserole dish, with about an inch of just plain water in it, right? And I put it over the mat because I want to see approximately the size of an inch, right? Because the puddings are are medium size, so I'm going for about an inch size on these puddings, right? So that's why it really helps to have the glass bowl or the glass casserole dish to see the size measurements below. So here we go. My glue gun is all heated up. And I'm going to start squirting in there. It's a little bit tricky. You got to chase it around in the water a little bit, but trying to keep it concentrated. And see, that's about an inch size, right? And that's what I'm going for. So here I'm going to have some tendrils coming off of this, and just kind of squiggle your glue gun there and in the water, and you'll get those nice kind of tendril shapes, right? Really cool. Just do it different ways. Let it flow in the water. And the great thing about the water is it gives it dimension, right? If you did this flat, it would only be half. But the water gives it buoyancy and it gives it dimension. I also, these things also break apart into two smaller ones. So I'm going to do smaller versions of the black pudding. So when the players hit it and it breaks in half, you'll have two different ones. So super cool. So just same thing as you did the larger ones. Just try to keep them about half the size, right? Now when those have hardened up, and dry them off with a towel, I'm going to use some more hot glue and kind of fill in the top a little bit, because it kind of looks maybe like a little bit like dog poo, with tubes of glue on there, and that can kind of fill it in and make it look like one blob. Here's an example of why the water method was so great for this craft. You can see the three-dimensionality of this tendril, right? And the reason is because the glue spreads out in the water, where it wouldn't if you used like something like wax paper. It'd be flat on one side. So it gave some dimensionality to the tendrils and also the oozes and slimes. Here's the pile of tendrils I pulled out of the water, and they still have like little wispies on them, right? Just kind of pull those off, the little strings, wisps, and then cut the little squiggly end off, and then you'll kind of have the front, tendril there. And you have the different shapes. And then what we'll do is we'll put them on the mass here. So I'm just going to start gluing them on. I'll put 4 or 5 on each, medium size one here. So they're about an inch in diameter. Not quite, but close to that. And there we go. We got a nice black pudding there. Now I want to make the pudding when it breaks up, right? I'm going to use the smaller ones. And these I'll put one or two tendrils on each one, right? So it looks smaller than the other, the other black pudding. So cool. There we go. All set. Roderick and Hilga enter a strange room and see a well in the center. They go to check it out. Something black as midnight leaps out, flailing tendrils at them. They leap back, but the thing jumps out of the well and goes after Hilga, trying to absorb her. Roderick hits it with his sword. Notices a corrosion on his sword, but the thing is broken in two and now is chasing both of them down in the room. They must fight for their lives against this vile black pudding. Here's all the black puddings I did. So I have the 3 medium size and then the 6 smaller size, because when you cut them in half, when you damage them, they break in half and form into smaller ones. So very cool, and it'll be a big surprise for the players when they slice those in half and you have the smaller models. So really fun, really fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this craft. Now you may wonder what you do once you're finished with the black glue stick, right? There's going to be some residue in your glue gun. So put a normal glue stick in and just kind of push the glue through until it becomes clear and you're satisfied with the clarity of it. Now if you're using it on a project that the color doesn't matter, you could just use it as is. Put the regular glue stick behind the black glue stick and just squirt it on your projects normally. Normally that wouldn't be a problem, but if that would be a problem, just keep pushing it through until it becomes clear. Hey friends and fellow crafters, I hope you enjoy these vids as much as I enjoy making them for you. If you want to get more involved in the craft, subscribe. Also check out my Patreon. I've got extra content on there, as well as a super secret Scotty Facebook group that you can join. Check out these other videos for more fun crafts. And if you want to help out a little more, you can check out my links below. They're affiliated links, and it gives me a little bit of a kickback, right? And that helps me to make these videos and get more materials and stuff to try it out to show you guys. So you guys take care, have fun, go forth and craft.